Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another experiment. Today we are looking at Guinea and if they had all the players they could have possibly had and were eligible to play for them. There's a few big names in this. 80th in the world rankings to start with as the game starts, but let's take a look at those players. There's 6 today. We've got the big man Paul Pogba to start with. A variety of positions he can play. He's definitely a world-class player. 60 million valuation at Man United. Certainly can drive the team forward. Kingsley Coleman is up next, another player that has just been at top clubs, winning trophies everywhere he goes. So hopefully he can drive them forward. We've got Mukhtar Diakby, who's actually a very good centre-half. A player that doesn't get as much of the headlines as you'd think in Football Manager, but certainly a good player. 6'4", great heading stats, good at physicals as well. And only 23, room to improve, especially for a centre-half, that is. We've then got Bouna Sarr, who's at Bayern Munich. Right back. And then there's Joshua Guilavogi, a centre midfielder who's at Wolfsburg, or defensive midfielder, can play anywhere in the defensive third, from centre midfield to centre back. But a decent player, quite well rounded as well. And then Eli Marieba, who's actually formerly playing for Guinea now, I believe, having left the Spain's options. I think that's the case anyway. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on, as he often stays with Spain in Football Manager. But we'll see how he gets on, especially following his move to real life Leipzig, but still at Barca in this game. So yeah, there we go. That's Guinea, 80th in the rankings. Let's jump ahead and take a look at how they get on. Okay, here we are, and they have jumped big time. 56th in the world rankings. That's a large leap. We are 3 years ahead now, but let's take a look at where they are and who they're with in the rankings. They're above Bosnia, Burkina Faso and Iceland, just below Slovenia, South Africa and Uzbekistan, and I'm sure that will continue to rise as well with the players they've got. It'll be interesting to see how they've performed in the competition. So we can see they've lost to the likes of Senegal and Morocco, so they're not unbeatable. Certainly they did manage to reach the quarterfinals of the African Cup of Nations on the first go, which isn't too bad, and I'm sure that'll only improve. They managed to get through the groups with 2 draws and a win, and then a win against Cape Verde popped them through to the quarterfinals of the African Cup of Nations. Then as we go forward, you can see there that they're still qualifying for the likes of the World Cup and that, but hopefully they can beat Burundi and put themselves into a good position to get through there. Tactics-wise, let's take a look at what they've got. So they're going for a 4-3-3. Not a bad shout, to be fair. Diakby at centre-half, Sarr at right-back. You've then got Naby Keita, who's obviously a very good player for Guinea already, with Eli Marieba in front of him with Paul Pogba as well, and then Koeman on the right hand side. Guilavogi looks like he's kind of fighting it out with Keita for that holding midfield spot and hasn't quite reached into the team, but it's a good backup to have, certainly. Let's jump a big jump again and take a look at how they get on a few more years on from today. All right, here we are. So they are 45th, a little jump this time. We have gone 4 years on, so we're in 2027, June 15th, in fact. So we'll have to take a look at how they got on in the competitions. We saw a little glimpse just there. We saw that they managed to beat Burundi 10-0 over the 2 legs, and then unfortunately lost to the likes of Guinea-Bissau, which is a bit of a shame, really. You wouldn't really expect that, I'd say, for what they do. But it looks like they did win a competition. It was the African Cup of Nations, so that's very cool. Beating Burkina Faso, the Gambia, South Africa, Benin, DR Congo in the quarters, Senegal in the semi-final, and then in the final beating Ivory Coast with Mohamed Bayo and Francois Kamano getting the goals. Not a lot of the names we can see in there, but Kingsley Coleman, Paul Pogba actually, and Eli Marieba as well. So there is a few. And in Mukhtar Diakby. So I lied completely. They're all in there, really. Let's take a look going forward. Did they manage to make it to a World Cup? It doesn't look like they have managed to, unfortunately. And they absolutely got nowhere in the African Cup of Nations. They beat Mozambique to get through to the knockouts, but lost to DR Congo 2-1 in the end. Tactics-wise, how are they playing? So looks like Pogba may have retired at this stage. Diakhaby at centre-half, Marieba and Coleman in there as well. Their kind of golden generation of having Pogba in there is certainly something that I'm sure they're going to miss. But only two in their top players, two of the players we had originally. Marieba, who's still at Barcelona in this, looks like he was on loan at Hertha Berlin for a little bit, but he's looks very good. He's got 56 caps and 29 goals for Guinea. A good rate for a centre midfielder, that's for sure. And then we've also got Kingsley Coleman, who's is a fantastic player. He's obviously also gone off to Chelsea in this save, but ended up at Getafe at the moment at 31 years of age. 67 caps and 15 goals. Not too many, really, for a player forward. Is that better or worse than Marieba? That's worse than Marieba, who plays centre midfield. I mean, I guess it depends how you play and how many games you play, but they are playing... I mean, Kingsley Coleman is playing 10 more games than Marieba. Interesting, certainly, but he's a good goal scoring midfielder, to be fair. He's very, very tidy. If you can get him, I'd get him. That's what I tend to try and do if I can. And he's not too much money. But there you go, 45th. So it is an upgrade. They have got better. They're around the likes of Peru, Republic of Ireland, Tunisia and Wales. They've shot up the rankings, not near the top of the African nations to really be close to that. But... it's good to see. I think Pogba certainly helped him win that African Cup of Nations that we saw. But there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you let me know in the comments any ideas for experiments in the future in FM22, because we've got some big plans coming up for that. But like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you next time.